All right, welcome to our special investigation. Today we are putting on our detective hats because we've got a huge food mystery to solve.
So, get this. For something like 50 years, we've blamed one single suspect for a major crime against our health. The villain? Fat. But what if? What if fat was framed? What if the real bad guy got away with it all? Well, that's exactly the case we're cracking open right now. You know, for decades, the story couldn't have been simpler. We were all told that fat is the bad guy, period. You eat it and it supposedly clogs up your body's pipes, your arteries, just like greasy gunk in a kitchen sink. It was public enemy number one for our hearts.
In this story, it completely changed how we ate. A whole generation grew up kind of scared of fat, right? We started avoiding those delicious, yummy egg yolks. Our grocery carts got filled to the brim with low-fat everything. Cookies, yogurt, you name it. We'd feel guilty for just a little bit of butter on our toast. But here's the kicker. When food companies took the fat out, they had to put something else in to make it taste good. And we'll get to what that something else was in just a minute.
But wait, here comes the plot twist. Today's top detectives, I'm talking about leading nutrition scientists, decided to reopen the case. They looked at all the old evidence, and in 2020, they came out with a bombshell. They said there's, and I'm quoting here, no strong scientific evidence that cutting out these fats actually helps our hearts. Basically, the case against fat, it's falling apart.
Okay, so if fat didn't do it, who did? Who's the real villain here? To find out, we got to go back in time. We're going to blow the dust off some old case files from the 1960s, because that's where a secret plot was being cooked up.
And here it is, the whole conspiracy laid out on a timeline. Back in the 60s, there was a huge debate going on. Was it fat or sugar causing heart problems? Then, boom, 1965. The sugar industry makes a secret deal. They quietly paid some Harvard scientists what would be about 50 grand in today's money. And for what? To write a big scientific review. 2 years later, that review gets published. And guess what? It blames fat and cholesterol for everything. And sugar? Oh, sugar got off scot-free. It looked totally innocent. And that one report, that paid-for report, helped shape the official advice for all of us for decades to come.
And look, this isn't some wild conspiracy theory. We have the proof right from their own files. This is a quote from a sugar industry executive back then. Their goal was super clear, to counter any claims that sugar was the problem and instead pin it all on fat. And you know what? It worked. For 50 years, it worked perfectly.
All right, so the frame-up has been exposed. Fat wasn't the lone gunman. So now we have to ask the big question. What's really going on at the crime scene, inside our own bodies? Let's reopen this case with a fresh set of eyes.
Well, modern science is pointing its finger at a totally different suspect. It's called inflammation. Now, what is that? The best way to think about it is like this. Imagine your body has a fire alarm, but it's broken. It's just stuck on, blaring all the time, day and night. That's inflammation. It's your body's insides being constantly angry and swollen, and that, over time, causes a ton of damage.
So what's pouring gasoline on this fire? Well, all clues point to sugar, and things that turn into sugar really fast in your body, like white bread and pastries. This stuff is just no good. It kind of hijacks your appetite, so you just want more and more. It tells your liver to start storing fat, it messes with your energy signals, it even makes your blood pressure start to creep up. It's a real troublemaker.
Now, for years and years, our detectives, our doctors, were told to look for just one clue. One single piece of evidence in your blood tests, so-called bad cholesterol. You might have heard of it as LDL. That was supposed to be the smoking gun for heart disease. But you know, like in any great detective story, there's always a breakthrough. A new piece of evidence comes to light, and scientists found a much better clue that really tells the true story of what's happening. So think of it like this. There's a constant tug of war happening inside your blood. On one side of the rope, you've got the mess makers. These guys are fueled by sugar and carbs, and they just make a mess everywhere. On the other side, you've got the cleanup crew. These are the good guys trying to keep everything tidy, and you really want the cleanup crew to be winning this fight. So here's the secret code. The real key to understanding your risk isn't just looking at one number. It's looking at the score of this tug of war. It's the ratio between the mess makers and the cleanup crew. That score is the secret that tells you who's really winning the battle inside your body.
And listen, this whole tug of war thing isn't just a cute story. It's backed by some serious science. One huge study, we're talking over 100,000 people, found something incredible. Having a bad score in this tug of war was a way better predictor of heart problems than just having high, bad cholesterol. I mean, it wasn't even close.
this clue points to the real danger much more accurately.
So, the jury is back. After looking at all the new evidence, the verdict is in. For half a century, fat took the fall for a crime it looks like it didn't commit. And the prime suspects, sugar and its partners in crime, all those refined carbs, they were out there, running free the entire time.
So what do you do now? How can you use this information? Well, you can become your own food detective. It's actually pretty simple. Clue number 1, be a label detective. Start hunting for those hidden added sugars in everything. You'll be shocked where you find them. Clue number 2, eat real food. Focus on the stuff that doesn't even need a label, veggies, meats, eggs, that kind of thing. And clue number 3, know your numbers. Next time you talk to your doctor, ask them about your tug-of-war score. It's so important.
This whole mystery of fat versus sugar, it's about so much more than just food. It teaches us that sometimes the story we've been told for years isn't the whole story. And figuring out the real story behind the food on your own plate, that could be the most important mystery you ever solve.
Thanks for coming along on this investigation with us. To delve further, check out the Deep Dive podcast episode on this topic. The link is in the comments.